Hello, pile number one, and welcome to your reading. Thank you guys so much for being here today. Now, I'm not gonna lie, this is the second time I've touched on your reading or started your reading. Now, I was about 2.5 minutes into your previous reading, and I'll speak on that very shortly and show you the card that I drew. But I also want to be transparent with you and let you know why I stopped the previous reading. So I wanted to meditate on your guys' energy because there were so many different contributions that were coming from this card here that I wanted to be sure and clear and direct with my words when I approach this reading. Now, before I do go into the details of what I've written down, I also want to throw in there that I want to acknowledge that the energy has been very restless for you. I want to acknowledge how much hard work you guys have been putting in to try to better your circumstances and also reach success. And I also want to acknowledge that in your past there has been times where you have almost compressed versions of yourself that are authentic or contribute to your authenticity, and you've compressed these versions of yourself down so much that you might not know how right now to reconnect with these versions of yourself, to then embrace them, to accept them, and to build faith in them. Does that make sense? So for example, I picked up that there were certain talents and skill sets that you guys had when you were young, and for some reason you guys might have thought that you just outgrew it or like it went away, but the truth of the matter was that you guys compressed or suppressed and rejected versions of yourself that helped you to tap into certain talents and skill sets that you guys have and were naturally born with. And as a result, it's disconnected you from the true quality of self. Does that make sense? And I also was told or taught that you guys might struggle with self-confidence issues, and this is the root core of the dis-ease and the issues or restlessness that you guys might deal with when you're facing times of uncertainty. If you don't recognize yourself to have self-confidence issues, another way that you might understand what I'm trying to say here is that your self-trust has been affected because you have rejected parts of yourself that you've needed to learn how to trust to fully embrace the empowerment that you are. And this is going to be something that you're going to experience moving into the next month. But right now, we're going to take a look at where it is that you guys are placed in your life. This is something that I didn't pull in the previous reading, and then we'll touch on these. It was just something that I was just intuitively guided to do, so that's what we're gonna do. So guides, guardians, universe, energies, and servers of the highest and greatest good, of those who have come to you, pile number one, I welcome you into this space, and I ask that you please provide me with truth, clarity, wisdom, and grant me the ability to articulate your messages as accurately and as clearly as possible. Thank you so much for joining us here today. Alright, so we have the Thinking Woman coming out here. This is number 47. A lot of green, so this is telling me that there's a lot of self-evaluation, self-analyzation, and learning what it means to appreciate the value of what is already existing within you. You've been assessing the value of your thoughts, your contributions, your investments, your natural talents and skill sets that you're already aware of and an embracing of. And you're also probably been asking yourself how it is that you can evolve next. What has pile number one been experiencing at this current stage of their life as they pick this reading? You guys might have felt like you guys had been dealing with a lot of deceit, either from the world outside of you or deceit that you've been telling yourself. Perhaps there are also things like ideas that you guys have that you've been wanting to explore and experience that you guys have been talking yourself out of, with the sea serpent being here, the deceit card, and the Thinking Woman. Yeah, this could quite literally mean that you guys have been talking yourself out of your highest potential, with the number 47 and 25 being here. 25 reduces down to 7, and 7 is all about self-work, spirituality, the psyche, intuition, interpretation, metaphysics, and the esoteric, mysticism, in other words. Then you have number 47. This reduces down to 11. So 11 talks about taking inspired action. It's all about putting ideas into action to then give birth to creation. It's all about capitalizing on past investments and seeing your desires unfolding or maturing before you, ensuring that outcome is going to come to be the more that your ideas evolve, mature, and grow. So what I would say here, pile number one, what's hidden from you is the way it is that you've spoken to yourself in the past, and the way it is that you have spoken to yourself in ways that have coerced you outside of your highest potential, and embracing that. That is something that is going to be unexpectedly changing for you coming into the near future. I want to say over the next 7 to 13 days. Okay, so now taking a look into what is actually hidden from you with the sea serpent being here. This was telling me that in the near future, you're going to find a lot of people being magnetized towards you because you've been embracing more of your charisma. That was something that I picked up in meditation, right? The more you embrace your charisma, the more you're going to find people naturally want to gravitate towards you because they see parts of your personality that will complement their untapped potential, or who it is that they know themselves to be. And they feel as though you guys could come together and create a new force that will support new things or opportunities into being. So that's something that's hidden from you: new soul connections, new opportunities, new projects, and new visions for the future. That is something else that you guys will be experiencing coming up. I've also got here that you guys were going to be experiencing triumph over the impossible. I think this is because you guys are going to be breaking outside of your self-doubt or the fear of uncertainty, because you are learning to develop faith within yourself. Now, faith within yourself comes from the art or the active practice of self-awareness, which means intentionally doing, being, seeing, speaking, everything intentionally. Practicing intentional living allows you to enter into the possibility of initiation into self-mastery. See, something here that I am only now picking up and channeling is the lesson and true wisdom behind the concept of free will. Part number one, free will does not mean you get to do what you want to do when you want to do it. I mean, it can be interpreted in this way depending on how, depending on context, but in the sense of spiritual development and connection to source, free will doesn't mean doing what you want when you want and how you want. Free will is the ability to take responsibility and accountability for the outcome and result of your previous choices and investments, learning from them, and understanding what is healthy and unhealthy, what is projected, what is internalized, what is influenced, what is impacted. Do you see what I'm saying? This is free will. Free will is the ability to choose your mindset, your belief systems, to choose your way of thought. Because your way of thought and the relationship you share with your mind determines what you will be open to perceive in your external realm outside of you. Say, for example, if you are in a negative space within your mind, but you don't consciously recognize yourself to be in a negative space, you will see everything negative outside of you, or you will pick a problem with everything. And that is a reflection or a reaction of your nervous system based on how it is that you are focusing your free will of self, your free will of experience internally. So that is something else that you're going to be learning to understand more about. Also learning how to embrace, to then discipline into your every single day life. Once you learn how to master accountability or responsibility, you also lead yourself into the potential of initiation to self-mastery. Okay, so I also wrote here that you guys will be almost undoing imprints of old karmic connections, which will help you to release traumatic memories from the experience of love. Does that make sense? So another thing that is hidden from you that you guys have to look forward to, moving into the next year or the next month that you guys are watching this, is new love. Once again, relaxation will also bring mental order for better focus. So when you guys start to feel stressed, this is inviting you to go away and ask yourself questions that you might need to get clear with in order to create positive change, because you can't implement positive change without knowing what the issue is. So this is asking that you spend more time in self-reflection. You spend more time asking yourself the necessary questions, and the necessary you will find are the very simplistic basics, such as, do you need sleep? Do you need something to eat? Do you need something to drink? Do you need a better sleep routine? And the more you build this foundation with yourself, the more you'll start to build up trust within yourself. Because the more you answer to your needs and the more you become aware of your needs, the more you will develop that trust basis. It's like healing the relationship with anyone else outside of you. Yeah, pile number one. If things are going wrong, you guys talk it out. You create an understanding. You ask yourself what you guys need to do to compromise a solution. And then you move forward, implementing what is called for and what is appropriate. And this is the invitation that you guys will be practicing more of moving into the near future. So hidden things that you guys don't expect in the next month here. You guys also might be called into new leadership positions. And when you do, you will be learning the soul lesson you will be learning soul lessons of arrogance through the witnessings of other people outside of you. So I think you guys are going to find yourselves being advanced within your realms of discernment. You're going to be learning from other people's mistakes so that you guys don't go through the same cycles of suffering to implement the same mistakes. It's almost like you're putting an end to things before they have to be, because you're learning. Impartially was what I just heard. So you're learning from other people without the act of judgment. Instead, you're learning from other people through the act of understanding, which leads you to wisdom, by the way. So yeah, you guys are going to be reaching new depths of self-understanding that will help you to tap into I don't know, different dimensions of the psyche, which will give you a better outlook of well-being, health, and potential of self. Okay, so what do they need to know about the next month they are going to be approaching? Have patience next month, pile number one. What is the purpose of this? With number 2 and number 71. Have patience with yourself when it comes to self-betterment. That's what this is telling me here with the number 71. Reducing down to number 8, you guys will see transformation come through the expansion of self-understanding, with 7 and 1 being here. 7 being all about self-development, spirituality, esoteric, mysticism, metaphysical law, all that. 1 is all about identity, persona, self, vitality and self-expression. So this is saying that, yeah, through the expansion of growing past what you have become used to, you are going to see transformation come to your health. I think most of what has been affecting your health, pile number 1, is actually the stress levels you're putting on your creative force, your creative potential, the amount of stress you place on yourself around understanding your emotional health. Please release the demands of self, release the urgency, and allow flow to take over. And that's when you'll start to see evidence. And that's when you'll start to see security solidify itself, is what I just heard. So what do they need to look out for moving into the new month? We have the thinking man here. Sorry, 2 moments. Sorry, I just heard a visitor who came to see my siblings just leave, so I had to say goodbye. Anyway, pile number 1, where were we? The thinking man. So what it is that you have to look out for is the true value of that will come out of your investments, your commitment, your perseverance, with the number 46 being here. Harmony and balance will restore itself through you living through your day-to-day duties. Pile number 1. There's nothing that you have to do in particular to bring yourself back into a solid balance or into grounded being. If anything, this is just more about you being receptive to life, you releasing control, with number 2 being here, number 71, which reduces down to 8, and number 46. 46, which reduces down to 10. 10 is all about completion, karmic endings, fulfillment, and also attainment. It also ensures a new beginning. So this is quite literally saying that everything in the past that you have come to experience when it comes to love, when it comes to advancements, when it comes to health and empowerment, confidence, and feeling empowered from within. What is this going to come from? Sorry. I keep losing focus, pile number 1. There might be something that you guys might need to discipline yourself in doing as well. Staying focused on the task that is at hand. Leave nothing undone. Leave nothing unquestioned that doesn't seem like it's been fully understood. What is this thinking man about when it comes to what it is that they need to look out for coming into the new month? Okay. The thing that you need to look out for is that you're going to find value, fulfillment, enlightenment, clarity, purity, and innocent fulfillment, really, or contentment come from you seeing the results of your hard work, your perseverance, your diligence, and your investments in self. So I see overall what is hidden from you is that your self-healing and self-acceptance practices are going to bring about the results it is that you have been hoping to experience. You're going to overcome obstacles that you felt as though has been holding you back, and your health is going to improve. Your health, this is targeting your emotional health and also your self-confidence, so your solar plexus or your life vitality. You guys might have felt very unmotivated or very restless between ideas. Order will come to you through the practice of relaxation, which releases your need to control the outcome or the building of something. Right now, what you're being called to do is just have patience and let the world unfold around you. Stay observant, and then you will know when to take action best. Expect yourself to be extracting self-realizations through your speech over the next month, pile number 1, because people are going to be coming towards you asking for insight, asking for guidance, and asking for honesty. Through you being honest with these people outside of you, you're also going to have self-realizations that are going to help motivate you outside of a stagnant place that has been requiring you to sacrifice something. And that thing that you're being called to sacrifice is the memories that you hold onto or stay attached to that is holding you back from positive progression. And that is what I see as being your next phase of soul progression, and also what will be illuminated or revealed to you over this next month. So those are the messages that I have for you today. Thank you so very much for stopping by. I hope this has come positive service to you. But with all that being said, until next time, bye guys. Hello, pile number 2, and welcome to your reading. Thank you guys so much for being here today. We're going to be taking a look at what is hidden from you in the near future, or moving into your next month. So just tapping into your guys' energy. What I just heard was that abundance and prosperity is about to be established for you. Expansion, happiness, and fulfillment will come as a result of your hard work. I think you guys have been investing yourselves a lot in integral. So what I actually hear here is that your current situations in life may vary, but you will find that the energy that has been most dominant in your probable day-to-day life has all been focused around self-expression, clear communication, bringing balance to your understandings of spiritual energy and matching that with intellect. The guiding force behind all of it is your integrity, all of it. You are someone who is very open and honest with your communication, and this helps people to understand who it is that you are, where it is that you're coming from, and your intentions. So you guys have been going through life wanting to learn what it means to fully express yourself, or have been revealing to yourself what it means to truly embrace yourself and your authentic expressions. I want to say that you have the gift of serenity. You conjure serenity, peace, and tranquility through the power of your voice, and you've been doing this very graciously, is what I just heard, providing wise counsel and insight for those around you who have needed to learn from you. So you would have been finding recently a lot of people have been coming into your space asking things of you, or you've almost been feeling like other people outside of you have been more clingy or more needy of you, your insights, your work, or your efforts. So you may have felt as though you were silenced in the past, pile number one, and you've been learning what it means to heal karmic imprints, bringing full karmic endings to situations that weren't belonging to you to begin with. It's like soul lessons that weren't belonging to you to begin with. You guys have been reflecting on what belongs to you and what does not, what comes sourced through you and what comes as projected onto you and settled into you as conditions or programming. You guys have been doing a lot of self-reflection and being honest with yourself, which has been helping you to be honest with people outside of you. So fantastic. We love that. We love that. I also feel like you guys have been expressing your mind with other people outside of you, but in a very gentle way, putting in the effort to make a personal experience a shared, unique understanding. Okay, so let's go ahead and see. You guys have a lot of shoulder and neck tension, by the way, pile number one. This is because if you've been experiencing neck or chest or shoulder tension, it's to do with what truths you are repressing and have yet to express outside of yourself. Now, just to say, pile number one, we're highlighting expression, but self-expression doesn't always have to come through communication. Self-expression comes through art. It comes through things like how we dress, how we present ourselves, how we display ourselves, our personas, the way we move, the way we interact. You know what I'm saying? Exchange. Okay, so let's go ahead and see what is currently hidden from those who have chosen pile number two. Okay. Yeah, what is hidden from those who have chosen pile number two that they need to become aware of? Thank you. Do not fear being judged by people outside of you, pile number two. It's none of your business. It's really not. I'm sorry if that doesn't sound very nice, but it's the truth. The more you can detach from the importance of other people's opinions, the more you will find other people's opinions having less effect on you. People's opinions only matter if you make them important within your focus and within your mind. And I think you guys have been learning how to discern what forms of information are actually helpful to you and what forms of information only come to distract you. So it's more like you guys have been learning or putting in the effort to discern what is for you and what needs to be left behind for someone else. With the sun and the angel of balance coming out here, what is hidden from you is that everything is going to be restored, rebalanced, and revitalized. Every single question you have had where you have felt uncertain, the truth will be illuminated and encountered, was what I just heard. I see here that you guys have also been learning more about your own depths of skill and the impact or the effect it is that you have on your world around you. You guys are very artistic within your mind. Your mind is very colorful and very, very bright, is what I just heard. And you're being called to say what you see out loud. Can you see? There's like a little trumpet here, and that's what I literally heard say what you see. You're going to be experiencing a lot more happiness, a lot more abundance, a lot more joy, a lot more prosperity. Health is going to be restored to you if you've been feeling shaky within your health, or if you had experienced sickness in the recent past. I see that clearing up for you. And health being restored. I also see your emotional stability coming back into balance. I feel as though you guys have been a little bit restless with how it is that you are best able to invest your emotions in healthy ways. But I see you coming into the near future, knowing how to keep yourself balanced and how to share the best parts of yourself with the world around you, or those that you love. I also see here that there's going to be a lot more embrace of color in life, so things that light you up. It's best to stay positive and stay involved with things that lift you up, that encourage you into better versions of yourself, that help you to evolve, enhance, advance your skills, your talents. Pile number one, that is what is going to help keep you feeling happy, uplifted, and feeling like you are living in your purpose. You see what I'm saying. Not many things are going to be able to distract you over the next month, which is something else that is also hidden from you. Some of you guys might also be much more prone or sensitive to smell. This is your Claircognizance awakening within you. Pile number two, you might also start to smell sickness on people. This is coming from the angel of balance holding the potion here. I just heard Claircognizance once again. So yeah, you guys are going to start being more sensitive to smells around you, and the more you become familiar with the sorts of smells that you sense out, the more you're going to be able to recognize what sort of smells associate with what. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, if you're smelling sickness, you're going to smell different sorts of sickness. And with time and more exposure, more experience, more development, more self-evaluation through these experiences, you will further develop your skill set in your Claircognizance, which is your sense of smell. You will also find that that will tap you into your sense of taste. What you smell is what you taste. Interesting. So I also think there's going to be an increase of communication coming up in the near future with people around you. You're also going to be speaking more sense into the world around you. Pile number two, this could be through inherited wisdom or inherited teachings, or you introducing logic to spiritual understandings that have been experienced in very ungrounded ways. You're going to be making things more realistic and putting things into a much more practical plans over the next month that you guys are going to find yourself walking into. Yes. So what else is hidden from you about the next upcoming month that you guys might need to be aware of? We have sacred wisdom. We also have transformation. So there's going to be spiritual development or a shift of consciousness for you guys, where you're going to start tapping into deeper understandings of your spiritual abilities. You're also going to find your spiritual abilities advancing themselves, or you guys are going to start to recognize spiritual abilities that you didn't know were spiritual abilities to begin with. I also see that for those of you who have public platforms and you speak out publicly to do with developments, teachings, healings, prophecies, insights, I see you guys creating a lot of expansion and transformation as a catalyst for those outside of you. So you're going to be experiencing a lot of change, but it's not necessarily all to do with change within yourself. You're also going to be witness to a lot of changes outside of you, and you're going to be seeing the completions of a lot of cycles from other people outside of you that you've witnessed from the beginning on their journey. Is like a child. Yes, you see your child start something, move through all the processes of gathering information and learning and growing, and then they complete it. This is what I see you starting to see in the people outside of you. So for example, if you're like a teacher, you're going to start to see the people who learn from you grow and expand themselves in what you have passed on to them. And they're probably going to start implementing that and creating more positive changes for themselves in the world. For some of you as well, you guys are going to be connecting to new guides or new guardians, new divinities. You guys might actually start to feel a calling towards specific cultural leaders of the past. And if you feel so, or you feel inspired by like a certain person from the past, please don't hesitate to learn more and gather more information about these people, these beings, and the life it was that they lived, the cultural backgrounds and traditions that they came from. You will find that through you discovering more of your natural inspirations, you'll uncover information that is helpful for you in your development. There'll be it will be clarity that you guys have been asking to receive, and it will be provided through information that is already available to you outside of you. You just need to take the necessary actions or steps to follow your inspired initiative. Really take inspired initiative. Okay, so I'm also feeling like you guys might be judging yourself for your emotions. Please don't. It's creating blocks for you, because what will happen is the more you judge yourself for your emotions, the more you're going to deem yourself unworthy of the happiness or the prosperity and abundance that is going to be restabilizing or establishing itself in your life. So please be open and be receptive to the rewards of what you are very clearly owed and what you very clearly deserve. Okay, that released almost. What's happening? Why is this still here? This is also coming from your fear of judgment from others. The thing is, pile number 2, your fear of judgment from others is going to drip away from you the more you gain self-understanding, because the more you gain self-understanding, the more discipline you are going to have over yourself. So then the opinions outside of you or the projections of others won't even matter and won't even have an influence over you, because you've got an unshakable foundation of self-understanding within yourself, which makes you unshakable, and almost creates a force around you that is unable to be penetrated with manipulation. Does that make sense? So additional information you might need to know about yourself that is hidden from you at this time. What might you... Starfish, you're going to see what makes you stand out, what makes you beautiful, what makes you unique. You're also going to see how emotionally intelligent you've evolved yourself to be, pile. Number 2, there's a lot of talents and skills or investments that you have had and have already made that haven't had the results it is that you thought would come of previous actions. But the thing with the starfish is you are going to see the results it is that you're hoping to see, and probably even more that you haven't imagined yet. It's more so like it's taking time, and it's going to take time. It's not going to happen all at once. It's going to happen as you need it to happen, based on your own self development. Because the thing about the starfish is it moves very, very slowly, and it's very, very selective of where it shall rest. So what that's telling me is that what you have to offer is particular and very specific, and it needs a specific sort of environment to thrive or fully grow or fully be embraced to then shine. And this is what you will be discovering in your next phase of life. What are you going to be discovering about yourself that is hidden from you? You are going to be discovering the true age of yourself within your soul. You guys might actually start to prove to yourself how old your soul actually is. Now, a way that you can start to discover the age of souls, pile number 2, is based on the depth of information or insight that the soul has the ability to access. This can be dangerous. depending on the intention of the individual, but I don't believe anyone here would practice in the exploration of retrieving esoteric insight in negative, malicious, or horrid ways. So I have faith in you guys, you know. But yeah, what I see here is that you guys are going to be retrieving ancient insights about self. You're also going to be seeing how it is that ego can be affected by influences outside of you. So you guys are going to be learning a lot about pride, a lot about the discipline of pride and humility. You guys are going to be seeing past the importance of labels and deeper into the importance of service. And that is going to be something that you need to keep in your focus. What is important to the service of the highest good. It will keep you grounded, and it will also keep you shielded from people who are very much in their pride, but in a very dominant and controlling way. You're going to start to see other people try to challenge your ascension, pile number 2, but don't let this stop you or create obstacles. The deer here encourages you to be compassionate, understanding, merciful, but alert and aware of your environments. And it also teaches you how to deal with change gracefully. So you staying grounded in your self-knowing, in your authenticity, and in the value of authentic self-expression. In your integrity, I don't see you guys having any issues dealing with change or with the projection of ego and pride from other people outside of you. You're going to be very good at distinguishing, once again, what belongs to you and what does not. So yes, be very particular with what it is that you are open to receive when it comes to direction and advice outside of you. You have all it is that you need to make the best choices for yourself moving forward, and that is something that you will develop a much more higher trust in pile number 2. So those are the messages that I have for you today. I hope this has come a positive service. Thank you so much for being here once again, and until next time, bye. Hello pile number 3, welcome to your reading. Thank you guys so much for being here today. We're going to be taking a look at what is hidden from you guys about your nearest future, and also the month that you guys are approaching. So the other 2 messages have gone in a little bit of a different direction. The spread has kind of altered itself, and I'm just going with the flow of the energy as I usually do. So we're going to jump in here very, very shortly. I hear that you guys have been working on transforming the subconscious mind away from ingrained programming that was inherited, I heard by birth, through birth, ancestral karma. Why is there so much focus on karma right now? Oh, I guess we're at the end of the year when I'm recording this, so we're going to be tying up loose ends moving into the new year, so I guess so. Pile number 3, I apologize. I feel like you guys are going to be going through a situation where you almost start to see pain in a different way. You're going to start to befriend your pain and start to see your pain as like a guardian toward transformation. Funny enough, pile number 3, what a lot of people don't know is that a lot of people subconsciously run away from the experience of pain, which prolongs their ability to heal what hurts them. And I understand it, don't get me wrong. You know, we all come to heal when we're ready. But I feel like, how can we put this? In the very near future, what is hidden from you, or what it is that you have been finding yourself going through, to be honest, is you've been learning what it means to befriend yourself. Befriend your internal processes that lead to your demise, quite truthfully. I feel you have gone through situations where you've been recognizing how it is that you are prone to self-sabotage, or you tend to self-sabotage, you tend to self-punish, you tend to self-isolate, you tend to shut off from all that is helpful to embrace all that is useless. Pile number 3. I don't know what that means. I think what's really being said here is that once you guys recognize something that resonates lowly with you, you allow it to spiral you out of what feels like control. But I just want you to know this is not your authentic way of being. This is not your authentic way of responding, and this is not a healthy way to be. And I think this is something that you have already been recognizing and working on healing. The thing is, you don't need to heal this, pile number 3. The thing is, you need to open yourself up to new ways of dealing with old things. Does that make sense? You have been approaching things in particular ways from a black and white understanding that has been self-defeating to the progress that you have been trying to make. And that is what I see is going to be changing, and that you've been working on changing within yourself. I see here with the Knot of Isis, energetic stabilization with the Buckle of the Beloved. And we also have Abundance of Sloth, Stellar Blessings of the Celestial Goddess of Abundance. These 2 cards have come out here. This is the Seal of David. And this represents the harvest or the full maturation of growth. This is talking about things being solid, secure, fully understood, fully established and secure. So what this is saying is that you guys have been learning new ways of what it means to be open to the goodness that has come from the bad. And you've been learning to see how things have assisted you rather than worked against you. This is the shift of perspective that might be hidden from you at this time that you guys have already been undergoing. You just haven't consciously recognized this yet, up until maybe even now. If you don't recognize this now, you're going to recognize this in the next 2 weeks, is what I just saw. Over the next 2 weeks, you're going to start to see the goodness that has come from the bad that you guys have been experiencing. Especially, you're going to see the goodness out of the bad relationship that you've shared with yourself, and you're probably going to extract wisdom that you will then be able to use to help others better the relationships that they share with themselves, you see. Especially if you're someone who has gone through a particular stereotypical experience. Say, for example, I use it all the time, I apologize. And I'm not placing you in a box. This is just an example of something that you can use to identify with from your past to see if this reading is for you. Perhaps you were, I don't know, a drug addict, and then you were placed into the category of a criminal, and then you suffered all the consequences that came with that label, to then come out and recognize how to do something different or something better for yourself. This all started with the change of relationship you shared with yourself, because you got tired of doing something in a way that only came to a result that you were unhappy with. You were taking independent change. You are taking on an independent change to create happiness, foundation, security, self-awareness, to create and support the environment that will then further help you to capitalize on the abundance that is already available to you right now. Does that make sense? Damn. Okay. So what else here? Let's see. Sorry. You guys have been exploring your depths, in other words. I'm sorry if that just seemed like I was going in a circle. I guess I was. Explaining it from different dimensions of understanding. I feel like you guys have just been really working on detoxifying your mind, your body, your emotions, in order to recognize a deep psychosomatic cause of disease. Because there is something here that has been holding you back from the progression on your path. I'm not sure what that is. And I think it's because it will be recognized differently by each of you. Yes. life restored. So it's not something that needs to be highlighted because it's going to be experienced by each of you differently. But what this is saying is that the most important thing for you to know, the things that you have been struggling with are going to come to an end in the very near future, and you're going to find yourself entering into a new life cycle that will require different attention, different forms of attention from you. So let's see what that might be. What is hidden from you about the month ahead, please? What is hidden from you about the month ahead that you guys might need to become aware of? Please, guys, guardians, and universe. What is hidden from those of pile number 3 that they might need to become aware of? You guys are going to be going on a new journey. If you guys have been expecting to travel, you guys might actually be traveling further than you might expect to. I see spontaneity. I see a lot of hope as well, pile number 3. Some of you guys have felt limited to the experiences of life, and that is going to be expanding for you. That is something that you don't expect to be arising in January or the next month from when you are viewing this. I also see here that we have retreat, clarifying, exploration. So you guys are going to want to spend more time alone to explore the depths of yourself once again. This is what this is talking about. I apologize. And what you guys are wanting to experience is personal freedom. What does freedom mean? It means your ability to be your authentic self with full acceptance of yourself and full embrace of belonging. That is what true freedom is. Freedom doesn't mean that you get to do whatever it is that you want. Pile number 3. Freedom talks about your ability to fully express yourself, be yourself in whichever environment, surrounded by whichever sorts of people that you might find yourself to be surrounded by, which in whatever sort of environment you might find yourself planted in. That is your ability to be free, to fully accept yourself, to evolve, to grow, to expand, to fail, to then only succeed. You know what I'm saying here? And that is something else that you'll be learning in the next month. You're going to be discovering that failure is a concept built by the mind. It is not a real thing outside of you, because with perceived failure outside of you, you have the ability to better something and reattempt something, or reapproach something, re-evolve something, alter, take away something to then better it. Do you get what I mean? Or am I babbling? I might be. What have we got here? Sound. You guys are going to be embracing the true potency of your voice coming into the next month, and probably what you're going to be feeling driven to do instinctively is ask your spirit guides or angels or affinity to spirit to assist you more closely, to be more present, and to be more clear in your everyday life. This is something that I would encourage you to do. Speaking into existence what you would invite spirit to do with you actually gives them permission to not intervene but to assist. Spirit can't intervene in your life, which is why they require permission from you. So yeah, you guys might find yourself practicing more in intention setting, especially out loud, or praying. Sorry guys, I don't know where we were. I just had a visitor leave, so I just let them leave very quickly. But where were we? I have no idea. So let's go ahead and pull another card here. Additional information for those who have chosen pile number 3, moving into the next month or next phase of their life. We have divine consciousness. This is saying that your connection to source or God is going to be experienced uniquely. So you're not going to find clarity from people who do not share that unique connection themselves. The clarity is solely going to come from you. So it's important that you learn to trust yourself and you learn to observe and grow aware of the connection that you share with spirit around you and energy. Energy will communicate to you through you. So what I mean by that is, if spirit come to you with a message about fear, they're going to invoke your fear so that you can understand the fear. Does that make sense? If spirit come to you with a message about change, you're going to feel a drive for change. You know what I'm saying? That is going to be the energy around you. So before, for example, if you're someone who is wanting to work more intentionally with spirit, something that I would encourage that you do is, before you connect or you start to pay more attention to spirit, ask yourself who it is that you are, how it is that you're feeling, what energy you are moving into the reading with. This will help you to ground yourself in to an energy that you can use to identify what belongs to you. Then set an intention to connect with the energies that are in service of your highest and greatest good. This will help you to create an energy around you that seals your auric space and only allows vibrations that resonate with that intention that you seal in your space to come through to you. Then you can start to grow aware and observe yourself of the subtle changes you find start within, and this will help you to interpret the messages that they are delivering to you. Does that make sense? All right, so yeah, pile number 3, I just want to take a look at what it is that you're going to be learning about yourself that is currently hidden from you. We have the dragon. This came out for the pile previous to you guys. This talks about you learning more about your inner wisdoms. This talks about you learning what it means to discipline your pride and self-defeating programming. The dragon totem teaches us ancient traditions, methods, and also simplified approaches to life that help you to ungatekeep the truth to yourself. Does that make sense? It's like, this totem is giving me the energy that you guys have been denying your truth, that you are in pain. And what this will invite you to do is create solutions to your pain by befriending your pain, getting closer with your pain, learning from your pain to then heal it. So this upcoming month, you're going to become somewhat of your own therapist, and you're going to stand in the role of your own healer. This is where you'll learn about your own mischievousness, your own curiosities, and your own philosophies. This is when you're going to start to stand in the role of being not just the student, but also the teacher through your own experiences of self. Pile number 3. Is there any additional messages that they might need to know before we close this reading? We have the brother in darkness, overcoming negative energy with feminine power. This is talking about, it's just kind of really reaffirming what I had just said. Overcoming negative energy with feminine power. Feminine power is all about internalizing self-understanding, internalizing self-capability, internalizing to understand possibility, contribution, value, and truth that exists inside of you that is not seen by the world outside of you unless intentionally displayed. So this is saying all the answers to your diseases, all the answers to your fear of negativity, all of the answers to the negativity it is that you have been experiencing is going to come from self-nurture, self-care, self-acceptance of self's truth. And that will become your next steps or basis moving forward. There's a lot of positive energy coming through for you guys with the blue, yellow, and orange being in the background of this card. The blue talks about divine connection or divine truth coming out of emotion that then empowers you. So that is something for you guys to look forward to, because you guys are going to start to feel much more empowered. Your sense of self-authority, or your sense of authority within self, is going to kind of emerge with your every single day life effortlessly the more you are honest with yourself. You guys might feel very, very vulnerable, and if you do, pile number 3, be kind to yourself and treat yourself as though you would someone else that you love, that came to you in a very vulnerable time period. Learn about your ways of self-nurture, and this will grant you deeper gifts than what I can explain to you right now. That is something for you to find out, you see. So those are the messages I have for you today. Thank you so very much for stopping by. So much encouragement to you, so much support, and just know that I'm here on this side of the world cheering you on every step of the way. Pile number 3. With all that being said, until next time, bye. Hello, pile number 4. Welcome to your reading. Thank you guys so much for being here today. We're going to be taking a look at what is currently hidden from you, things that might be hidden that might pop up in the near future or in the next following month from when you view this reading. So we're going to take a look at where it is that you are currently in life, and I'm going to be channeling these messages. And then we're going to take a look further into what is hidden from you about your near future, your future life, and also what is hidden about yourself. So a potential that will be unfolding before you. Pile number 4. All right, what deck are we going to use? Okay, this one. All right, pile number 4, listening to you. Listening to you. Thank you guys so much for following my work. For those of you who have, the support really does mean a lot, and I just want to acknowledge that I am receiving that energy exchange. So thank you very much for the acknowledgement and the sincerity and the energy there. But pile number 4, what I see here is that within your immediate present, you guys have been attuning to the truth of your inner riches. 2 moments, please. I'm going to pause this and quickly go and find a lighter to light this candle. I'll explain why shortly. Sorry, pile number 4. Right, I'm back. We're going to light this candle here. So the reason why I'm lighting this candle is because this is going to help to purify any energy that has been around you, trying to convince you outside of your own potentials. Now, this is something that has probably happened in the past, but I wanted to light this once again because it's going to lift the energy and help us to transmute it just a little bit more. Now, how can I say this? You guys have been releasing attachments to memories that have come from outside projections that have told you what you can and cannot do, what you can and cannot achieve, and what is deemed to be possible and what is impossible. And with you guys attuning into your inner riches, or you guys attuning and paying attention to why you are attracted to certain things and certain people in the ways that you are, it is helping to reveal to you the skill sets that you have yet to acknowledge or fully embrace within yourself. Now, you guys have been inspired or attracted to certain things for the purpose of your own soul's progression. And some of you have been acknowledging and honoring that inner drive, and others of you have been ignoring it or rejecting it, or talking yourself out of being able to do something that you are very capable of doing. If you are that person, I invite you to kind of find a new way to rationalize the truth of what you're feeling. I don't think it's wise that you tell yourself that what you feel isn't real, what you envision for yourself can't be done, and that it is impossible for you to achieve whatever it is that you set yourself's mind on. And if this is not something that you've already worked on, this is going to be something that you're coming to embrace and work on. Yeah, this is something that you're going to want to change coming up in the near future. Pile number 4. All right. So I also feel here that you guys have been wanting to become more sure-footed, more confident in your convictions, more confident in your actions, and in the direction of life that you're choosing to undertake at this time. I'm just looking down at the floor because I keep seeing this like little pool. It's like glistening beneath me, and it's I know it's not there, like I'm seeing it clairvoyantly, And I'm just trying to figure out why. What is this? Interesting. So the information you've been cultivating from your self-observation, self-analyzation, self-examination, and through your embrace of how life has been leading you, it's directing your spiritual evolution right now, whether you know that or not. So yeah, you guys might have felt as though you're not seeing things clearly right now. You're not sure of which direction to go. You're not sure of where life is actually leading you. You're exactly where you're supposed to be, is the words that I heard coming through the energy. You're exactly where you're supposed to be. And you're going to find yourself exactly where you need to be at the perfect time. So a lot of synchronicities and divine timing is going to take place for you guys in the very near future. You're going to just start to experience serendipitous energy. All right, let's see here. What is hidden from those of pile number 4 that they might need to be aware of? You guys are going to be releasing vows that no longer serve you. So contracts, commitments, devotions that you guys have outgrown. Or you're going to start to feel like you need to leave behind what no longer resonates with you, what no longer holds meaning to you. And once you do that and you answer the calling to this, you're going to start to find you're going to start to feel the calling rising within you, because you've put an end to all that is going to stop you from making progress in your life, and instead you're starting to move with the flow of your instincts more, and this is helping to advance your instinctual awareness, which is enhancing it and advancing it for the month ahead. Yeah, what is hidden from those of pile number 1? Pile number 1. From those of pile number 4. Blessings of the Sun Falcon. And we also have entering the first belly of Sekhmet and life restored. So yeah, you guys are going to be taking a risk on yourself, and as a result you're going to be finding true results manifesting as a reward for you. You're going to start to see your life restore itself, restabilize itself, and bring itself more into an equilibrium where you feel like it's in more of a controlled balance. In ways I feel like you guys have been battling opposing forces outside of you in the past, because we have the Falcon and also the Lion here, and they're both looking towards life restored. So I feel like your instincts and your perspective have been at a little bit of a battle in the past, but I see as though you guys are bringing in union to your instincts and your perspective, and this is going to also help you to feel more balanced within yourself, and that's going to be something you experience in the near future. You guys are also going to start to experience more freedom through self-acceptance, and this is going to help you to help yourself to feel more safe within your environments and safe within your skin. Especially with the upgrades you're going to find yourself going through, you guys are going to find yourself under a spotlight over the next month. Reasons to stand out are going to become much more important. So your reasons to stand out are going to be based around how it is that you perceive the world outside of you. 2 seconds, please. Please clarify. Communication and rest. So, okay, over the next month, you're not going to actually have to say much, because you're going to be leading through the example of yourself, like your better judgment. I feel like you guys have been giving out a lot of insights previous to now, and you guys have been giving out a lot of words of wisdom, guidance, and it's almost like you've been delivering a lot of motivational speaking, but you're going to be wanting to take a rest from that, because you're going to start to see the truth of what you have shared with others outside of you. manifest itself, show itself, will be illuminated, and you're not going to have to say anything because the work is already done. It's just going to be proving itself to you and to the people that you have shared the truth with. That's something that is hidden from you that is going to be unfolding and developing. There's something in the works that you've said was going to come to be that hasn't come to be yet, and you're kind of like, well, maybe I was wrong. No, you're not wrong. You're very much on point. It's just going through a metamorphosis right now, and it's going to come to be. Whether this is a positive thing that you've foreseen or a negative thing that you have foreseen, it is going to come to be. If it is negative, I don't think it's something that is going to impact your personal life. This is something that you have predicted on a collective scale. Something that you predicted that was going to be experienced by many is going to start to prove itself to be true over the next month's period. What else is hidden from them that they might not be aware of? Your personal power. Yeah, your sense of self, your authority within yourself, your empowerment within yourself. Why? What has been the threat to this? Your self-love processes. Okay, you guys need to learn to become more intimate with yourself, more vulnerable with yourself, which is why you have found yourself in the situation that you are in life right now. The stance that you stand right now is actually teaching you about your needs and how it is that you can become closer to yourself, your higher self, your lower self, your spirit guides, your ancestors, God, source, your inner child. There are traumas that you guys are still using to condition your understanding of self, and it's programming the way it is that you live through your own personal empowerment, or the way it is that you lead your life. So over the next month, you guys are going to evolve your self-care processes, which will bring you more intimate with yourself, your needs, your health, your happiness. All that is going to fulfill you, and that will move you into a much more solidified sense of personal empowerment that will make you feel like you're ready to face anything. Blessings are going to come to you as a result of your previous investments and hard work. Pile number 4, I know you guys have put in so much effort, and I really want to acknowledge that for you. And what you'll start to actually see is a lot more beauty outside of you manifest. A lot more transformation and positive effects will come from the hard work it is that you have cultivated already. With all these butterflies in the background, yes, this is talking about beauty, transformation, but of a collective of people. And it's also talking about heightened awareness of the senses. You guys are going to be much more sensitive to the subtle shifts of vibrations and energy. So you almost might feel like you're experiencing life a week ahead of what, say, the rest of the collective are. And you're extracting information about the sensitivity and energy that helps you to predict trends or moves, waves, and placements of the collective outside of you. And this is what is helping you to tap into prophecy. Pile number 4, you guys are visionaries. You are prophets and prophetesses, whether you intentionally do this or not. It's your ability to calculate your situations and accept information for what it is at face value. You're seeing things for what they are helps you to intellectualize the truth of what you are finding yourself in. And I don't know if this is making any sense to you at all, but I'm just reading what I'm seeing here. You guys are going to find more results being actualized in your life the more you relax, the more you take time out, and the more you focus in on what brings you happiness. Pile number 4, and that's what you're being encouraged to do moving into the next month. So what is hidden from pile number 4 about themselves that they might need to know? We have lizard totem, and we also have the bat totem. The bat totem is actually quite underrated, as well as the lizard. The lizard talks about the ability to camouflage into their environments, and it also talks about being your authentic version of self and environments that might not support it. The bat totem talks about being sensitive to sound and also seeing in the darkness. So it's almost like within situations where you have felt repressed, pile number 4. You're going to start to experience the rays of memories coming through. When you reflect on these memories, ask yourself and examine how flexible you were within your ways of expressing your individuality. This is going to come in handy for you moving into your next phase or cycle of self-development, or your next phase of life. I see you guys are also going to be embracing more of your artistic talents. Some of you guys are singers, and you're being called to sing more. There's healing in your voice. Some of you are also going to be hearing the truth of dreams. So people are going to be coming to you telling, probably complaining, pile number 4, but you're actually going, through their complaints, you're going to see or hear what they need. And I see you guys being able to translate that to people outside of you. This is talking about you helping other people to understand the truths of themselves, helping other people to understand the truths behind their self-misunderstandings with the bat tone. And once again, the bat is nocturnal. It sees and experiences life in darkness. And it uses echolocation for navigation. So this is saying, you know, you guys might also receive word of mouth from other people outside of you on directions of where to go. So pay attention to the synchronicities of repeating messages through people outside of you. That's a side note. But when it comes to what you're going to be discovering about yourselves is your clairaudience, your healing abilities, prophetic dreams, how to interpret what you vision, seeing. Oh, you also have a gift for seeing the hidden potential within other people and helping people to embrace what makes them individualistic, what makes them unique. You're also going to hear the truth that is hidden from people's voices. You're going to be very sensitive to key pitch and vibration within others. So what I would suggest here, pile number 4, moving into the next month, is practice listening more to things like binaural beats, shamanic drum beats, sounds of nature, the wind blowing in trees, bird songs, songs of nature. This is going to help you to tap into your inner nature, and also because you're more sensitive within your hearing this month, it's going to help you to align to a new form of consciousness that you haven't discovered yet. This form of consciousness is going to help you to capitalize on what you have naturally been born to do here, quite literally. And I mean it when I say that. It might be a little cringy, but I mean it. You guys are going to discover a new depth of your purpose and your sense of belonging here. This is because you guys are going to see yourself from a different perspective as a result of your self-care processes. Because if you look at the bat, the way the bat sleeps is upside down, which talks about seeing things from different perspectives and looking after yourself in ways that seem polarizing. So this is also talking about any fears that you might have had in the past. You're going to actually see how they've served you, how your fears are actually your greatest powers, and how you have nothing to fear apart from yourself. So yeah, you're going to be setting yourself free. You're going to be finding yourself feeling safe to be a lot more adaptable to the circumstances of life. You're going to be feeling a lot more open to other people's perspectives as well, which might inspire you into new directions and will open up your creative expression just a little bit more, or help you to explore your creative abilities in new ways, pile number 4. So those are the messages that I have for you today. I hope this has come a positive service to you. And I hope you guys know that I'm cheering you guys on from this side of the world. But with all that being said, until next time, pile number 4, thank you so much.